Hello, my fellow Nixies and viewers. This is Prime Minister Austin Elsler at top of the hour. I am going to be signing more bills into law physically. So first off is Unicameral Bill 4, year 2021. Alright, let's read. The title of Unicameral Bill 4, 2021. This act relates to the legislative branch and its procedures. This bill reads, Article 1, Procedures before Sessions. Section 1, Before the session, whether it's physical or virtual, all members must remain seated, must be in a quiet environment, must be prepared for said meetings. Section 2, the unicameral will meet every 2 weeks on a Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Section 3, the procedure will begin as the vice chairman, via myself, will call on the clerk or him or herself to do roll call. Then the session will start with the testimony of the member or sponsor of a proposed bill. Article 2, during sessions. Section 1, the person in the testimony seat will be given 10 minutes to speak about the proposed bill. Section 2, if a senator or minister has comments or questions, they must raise their hand or they can say objection, but they cannot speak until they are given permission from the chairman or the vice chairman. Section 3, comments and questions must be brief, no longer than 10 minutes. Section 4, if extended time is needed, there will be a call if time should be extended. If so, then there must be a motion and a second, then a simple majority vote to extend the time. The two chairman positions will decide how long time will extend unless a set time has already been proposed. Article 3, ending sessions. Section 1, for a session to adjourn, the vice chairman has to call a motion to adjourn, then must hear a second, and has to call a roll to a vote for a simple majority to officially adjourn the meeting. Once the meeting has adjourned, everyone must leave the chambers and must be silent on the way out. Article 4, titles. Section 1, all future bills shall be henceforth titled House Bills to make it easier to speak. Section 2, during every session, the Prime Minister shall be titled Vice Chairman. Section 3, during every session, the Queen shall be titled Chairwoman or Chairman. Section 4, during every session, Privy Council members shall be titled Senators. During every session, ministers shall be titled ministers. Section 6, all House bills must be numbered in a numeric order. And that is the end of bill. I was the sponsor of this bill, so I was the one that proposed it. And, of course, this one had to get approval from the people. There it is. It was approved by the people on November 18th, 2021. Excuse me. November 18th, 2021. So therefore, on this day, November 18th, 2021, I am now signing this bill into law. There we go. I have now officially signed Unicameral Bill 4 of year 2021 into law, physically. Alright, next one. House Bill 6, 2021. Titled, this act will rename all electoral districts to federal counties. I proposed this bill. The bill simply states this bill will do nothing but change the name of our temporary districts or electoral districts, it was one or the other, to federal counties instead. That's all it is. It was passed on, let me get my thing out here, House Bill 6 was passed into law on that date. Alrighty. So on this day, December 7th, 2021, House Bill 6 has been signed into law. Physically, I shall now sign it. I have officially signed House Bill 6 of year 2021 into law. Now, y'all are going to be a little bit confused on this one, because the legislators that were doing this bill were also confused. House Bill 7, sponsored by me, titled, "This Act shall constitute the changing of every wording regarding electoral districts throughout the Constitution and currently passed bills to federal counties instead." This bill simply reads, "This bill shall only affect all laws passed after the ratification of the temporary Constitution." It was considered temporary until recently, and before this bill. That's all it is. So some of you might say that was a pointless bill that should have been added to the last one, but it was the times, So I shall now sign House Bill 7 into law on this day. Let's see, pardon me. On this day, December 7th, 2021, I shall sign House Bill 7 into law. House Bill 7 has officially been signed into law physically. All right. I might as well continue with all of them since they're almost done. All right, let's move on. House Bill 8, year 2021. Sponsored by yours truly, me again. Okay. So, House Bill 8, titled, "This Act amends more new procedures to the legislative process that was enacted by Unicameral Bill 4 in the 2021 regular session." This bill reads, Part 1, creating a fifth section of Article 2 to give legislators the right to say a motion and a second once called by the chairwoman or vice chairman to accept a proposed bill on the floor. Section 2, creating a third section of Article 3 to give absent legislators the right to vote after the proposed bill has either passed or failed on the floor, and they will be given a 72-hour deadline to cast their vote before it is finalized. Part 3, creating a sixth section in Article 2 to give the legislatures the right to call to remove or amend to an article or sections of a proposed bill. This will require a motion, a second, and a simple majority of vote. End of bill. All right. So, obviously, this bill has been virtually and verbally signed into law, so I will now physically sign this into law. Let's see. It was approved by the people, because this is technically a changing to the Constitution a little bit. It has been approved by the people on January 1st, 2022, but it was passed by the unicameral on December 7th, 2021. Therefore, it's legally a 2001 law. So, on this day, New Year's Day, January 1st, 2022, I shall sign House Bill 8 into law. All right, let's move on to the last bill of the hour. Excuse me. Okay, I figured as such. Alrighty, let's begin. House Bill 9, year 2021. Title, and the sponsor is me again. Title, this act will give the unicameral the power to decide which local private bank within the 9 federal counties to be our secured and manageable national treasury building other than using a small lockbox filled with cash. The bill reads, Article 1, the choosing of the bank. Section 1, the requirements for choosing such a bank will be 1. It must be located and founded locally in one of the 9 counties. 2. It is recommended to be close to our only federal building located in southern Iroquois County. Article 2. The authority to decide how much money will be spent from the Treasury. Section 1. The unicameral by simple majority vote can decide how much money to spend as long as it does not exceed the amount needed for whatever it is paying for. Section 2. The Prime Minister can execute the plan by moving the Treasury money to pay for such service that is being paid for. Section 3. The unicameral should be limited to only 3 spending bills a year to ensure the national debt does not hastily increase. Section 4. The Treasury shall be under the jurisdiction of the executive branch, but can be regulated by the legislative branch. Section 5. Only the monarch of the supremacy branch and the prime minister of the executive branch or anyone appointed to run the treasury sect of the executive branch should be authorized to deposit, withdraw, and execute payments made by the legislative branch. And that is House Bill 9 of year 2021. Obviously, it has been virtually and verbally signed into law. So on this day, December 7, 2021, I shall sign House Bill 9 into law. House Bill 9 is officially now law, physically. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the hour. Thank you for taking the time to watch me sign more bills into law that were already technically passed. So you got to see me do them physically, as should be tradition of the executive branch. So hope you enjoyed that, and there'll be more to come in the next hour. Thank you.